My name is Dean Krauser, and I'm a wildlife watercolor artist. So I really have tried to use a lot of color, a looseness, maybe not spelling out every single little thing. I want to make it look like it was chaos, but it really wasn't. And this has been a lifetime to get to this point. It's not like, hey, I just started doing this and it happened. I was almost 50 when I really started doing it. It took a lifetime.
So you're not the track and field superstar.
The has-been. Yeah.
Right.
No, that was, yeah, well, I did that too, a long time ago. And my body just eventually kind of broke down. I did that stuff by the time I was 23, and then that was kind of it.
I'm sure you've been asked 100 times, but how in the world did you go from track and field to being a regular dad to a wildlife watercolor artist?
My brother and I started a business selling sports supplements. Then I got into real estate, needed to do something. The way I started doing it professionally was towards 2008 or so. I'd been painting my whole life, but real estate was starting to really go downhill. And I thought if there was ever a time maybe to take the show on the road and just try, give it a shot. And I went to a show and I sold one print for $25. So that's my start.
There you go.
It was just a chain kind of good things. Then I just let it kind of happen. And things just came out, and I guess all this information was in there. I knew what I wanted, and I knew my stuff I did not want to look like everybody else's. Certainly wasn't copying anybody because I wanted to do my thing. And I've been told by almost everybody that has licensed my work, that's why they liked it. It didn't look like anybody else's. And to me, that's a big compliment. That was a sketch for the one I did for Patagonia, the peacock bass. Came back from Santa Fe a month ago, and I'm going to do a couple big Indian headdresses, so those are some sketches I did. I think the fact that I never was really able to have a class or have someone tell me how it's supposed to be. I knew in my head what I wanted. And it wasn't just, if you're going to draw or paint a bird, that it's just a bird. I wanted it kind of exciting and loose, lots of color. And I think I developed a style. The one constant in my life, I would say, you know, outside of the sports and everything else, has been art. I can't imagine doing anything else. You know, it means a lot to me. It seems to mean a lot to other people too, where you can share something you do and people care enough to buy it and put it on their wall. So I think there's a lot of meaning in what I do for other people. So right now I think I'm just real happy with, you know, as far as aspiring, I'd just like to get better at what I do.
Should they save a spot at the Louvre for you?
Save the spot, I'm coming.
Now, Dean's work has been licensed by companies around the world. It's been on billboards, it's been in catalogs, and you've probably enjoyed a cup of coffee from a mug decorated with his artwork. But for as much success as Dean has had with his art, he hasn't fully been able to leave his athletic life behind. He is still, Chris, 34 years later, the U of O school record holder in both the shot and the discus.
Wow.
34 years, and nobody's been able to break it.
That's a long time.
Yes.
That's a big family of shot putters and track athletes. Yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Olympic medal winners.
Absolutely. His nephew Ryan, his son Sam threw there. His daughter is just finished at Texas. The whole family throws.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, you know, look at his art. You joked about the Louvre, but it's certainly museum worthy. I mean, it's more whimsical maybe than you might see in a museum.
Oh, absolutely. And so much you think of artwork, it's I don't want to say pretentious, but it's on a wall and you're looking at it. His is relatable. It's fun. It's approachable. And sure, you go into his studio, and there are plenty of pieces. You put it in a frame, you put it on the wall, you put a light on it, you don't touch it. Yeah. But there are also hundreds of pieces just laying around that you say, God, I would love to just put that on my bookshelf. And it brings people in. You can go to his website, KrauserArt.com, and find all sorts of pieces that are not only relatable, but frankly, they're not that expensive. And that's the thing. It gets everybody into art, and everybody loves it. It's such a something that brings people together.
I'm guessing that the Harrington household is going to be home to some Krauser art.
You know what? It already is. I took one home when we did this. It's on the bookshelf already. Emily loved it. I said Emily's got to have it with spring branches.
Like he said, too, what a compliment that it doesn't look like anybody else's work.
Absolutely.
Great story. All right. If you have a story idea for Joey's Journal, email it to us. Joey's Journal at kgw.com or post it right on Joey's Facebook page.